Hey everyone, so I am super excited because I have a Wi-Fi battle for you guys, and it's against my dear friend Nick, or who I like to call Nicholas. I'm pretty sure you guys know who he is. He is SacredFireNegro on YouTube, and if you guys don't know who he is, definitely check him out. I will leave a channel link in the description box, so definitely check him out. Let him know that I sent you, and I'm pretty sure he'd be super happy about that. So I'm actually using my Mega Houndoom team that you guys have seen me use probably, and he actually has a team without a Mega, and that kind of sucks for him, but he still packs a punch with his Landorus, Aegislash, Chansey, Rotom, Latios, and Deoxys. So even though he is going Megaless, he's still got a lot of threats on his team. So I'm going to go ahead and start the battle. I figured that him starting off with Deoxys would be way too predictable, so I actually start out with my Latios thinking that he would start out with his Landers, and he ends up starting out with Deoxys anyway, so that really sucks for me. I'm already off to a terrible start because I have to switch out into my Landers because I'd rather be safe than sorry in case he went for the knockoff, and he actually predicted me to switch out and just goes for his Stealth Rocks, and that's a great play on his part. He also makes another great play and predicts me to go for my knockoff, and he goes into his own Landers. So not only does he get an Intimidate off, but the Life Orb on his Landers is probably the most expendable item he has on the rest of his team. I make a silly play right here. I don't really know why I switch into my Rotom, because my Rotom is especially defensive, so he doesn't really take that U-turn very well, so that kind of sucks for me. And I also did not know that Deoxys outspeeds Rotom right here, so I go for a Will-O-Wisp when he goes for the knockoff. I didn't really mind him going for the knockoff, but I end up missing my Will-O-Wisp, but that actually in the end is going to be fine for me, because I'm actually going to go for this Thunder Wave thinking that he might either switch out, and if he doesn't, then that means my Rotom, my Landorus, and my Conkeldurr will for sure be able to outspeed his Deoxys. He's going to predict my Volt Switch and go into his Landorus, and that's kind of fine for me actually, because I can just manually switch out, and then I can switch into my Landorus without getting an Intimidate off on me, and then I can actually get an Intimidate off on his Landorus, and that's awesome. So I predict him, oh wait, no, since I switched in on this turn, he's going to go for the U-turn, and I see that he U-turns into his Rotom, and I'm able to U-turn out. And I know that I outspeed his Rotom, so I U-turn out into my Conkeldurr, I want to say. Let's see who it is. Yep, there it is Conkeldurr. And I believe he actually forgets that I have Conkeldurr on my team because he goes for the Will-O-Wisp, and he totally forgot about my Conkeldurr. So now I have a Burned Guts Conkeldurr, and that is a huge threat, and he knows he's not going to want to stay in on that, so he's going to Volt Switch right out. I go for the knockoff since I feel like that's my best bet, and he actually goes for Landorus, and that is his definitely best bet, because not only does he resist Drain Punch, but he also has no item on him anymore. So me actually getting a crit was really lucky for me, since he had no item, and that's gonna leave his Landorus really low. I figured that he would switch into his Aegislash right now, predicting me to Mach Punch, so I'm gonna switch into my Landorus, and I thought what I had done was actually a really great play, but I always forget that his Aegislash is special attack Aegislash, so I go for Stealth Rocks thinking that he would fear a Stab Earthquake for Blenders, but he doesn't, so he goes for the Shadow Ball, and that Shadow Ball is going to do a shit ton to me, because I thought that I would be able to completely wall his Aegislash, thinking that it was a physical Aegislash, so that is no bueno for me, and I'm going to switch right into my Ninetales, because I figure he's going to go for the stance change, so even though that put me in a bad position, I'm actually able to play around with his Aegislash and his stance changes to be able to set up my Houndoom. So like I said right there, I used that turn to switch into my Ninetales to get the Sun out, and I'm going to use this turn to switch in my Death Fodder, which was my Rotom that was already really low. So pretty much, if you want to use a Mega Houndoom, especially with Solar Power and Sun, you're going to want to keep a Death Fodder around so that you can have free switches, like right now, to Mega Evolve or to switch in your Houndoom so that you don't take any damage, because normal Houndoom is so frail, you're going to need the Death Fodders to switch in. I figured he would go for a King Shield right here, so I actually go for a non-Mega Evolve Flamethrower so that I don't take solar power damage for no reason. And now everyone's about to see the power of Mega Houndoom's Dark Pulse is going to completely obliterate that Aegislash, so that is a super dead Aegislash, and I'm super happy with that because that is a huge threat out of the way. He's going to send in his Chansey, and I don't want to take any more solar power damage or toxic or any other kind of damage, so I'm just going to switch right out of there. And I'm going to go into my Bird, and the reason why this Latios' name is Bird is because it's actually my Defog Latios, and I didn't want to forget that this was the one with Defog, so I named him Bird. And I'm actually choiced into defog right now, so I'm going to have to switch out after after I take this toxic. And I believe he doesn't know that I am choiced, so he's gonna go for a wish, and that's pretty much gonna give me a free switch into my Conkeldurr, since he's just gonna wish right into that. I believe he's going to switch. Yep, okay, so he switches right now into Landers, and here's where I kind of make a little bit of a mistake, because I predicted him to switch into his Landers, but I totally forgot that his Landers was so low, so I didn't really need to risk me over predicting, and I could have just went for anything at that point. I could have just went for a Drain Punch, and that would have definitely killed off Landers at where he was at, but he was able to get the Intimidate off, so that's going to suck, but I'm going to need to switch out anyway. I'm going to take this opportunity to get my Sun back up again and fodder off my Ninetales, since this guy is packing a powerful punch with his Draco Meteor. That is a choice Latios Draco Meteor. Not much can live through that. Definitely not Ninetales that isn't at full. So there goes my Ninetales, I'm so sorry. Bye bye, Amy. And I'm gonna switch into my Houndoom, and this is where I make a huge mistake, because for whatever reason I told myself that his Latios was scarfed, and I could have went for the Dark Pulse right there, killed off Latios, and I pretty much would have been my game, but I messed up completely. Went for the Sucker Punch thinking that he was scarfed when I could have went for the Dark Pulse, and I can't stop hitting myself over the head over that, because that would have been my game right there. So I'm just gonna switch into my, or I'm gonna bring out my Latios, and he doesn't want to risk the speed tie, so he's just going to switch into his Deoxys, and Deoxys is not going to be able to take that Draco Meteor well at all, and I thought I'd be able to finish him off with another Draco Meteor, but it turns out he has a red card on his Deoxys, which is actually going to be beneficial for me, because now I'm going to be able to have my Landers out. And since his Deoxys is paralyzed, if he had speed investment at all in his Deoxys, he would have been able to outspeed me, but he is paralyzed, so I'm going to for sure get a knockoff kill on his Deoxys. And then Rotom is going to come out, and of course he's going to go for Hydro Pump, so I'm going to switch right into my Latios since it is resisted and there is Sun out. So this Hydro Pump is about to do absolutely nothing, which this is exactly what it does, but I am toxic, so that is going to take a huge toll. I'm going to go for the Draco Meteor, and this is actually going to obliterate his Rotom since I am choice specs, and I didn't previously Draco Meteor, so it was at full special attack, so yeah, like I said before, not much can live a choice specs Draco Meteor. He probably predicted me to go for another move, because I actually end up switching right here, because I am toxic, and I also have that special attack drop, so I don't want to stay in, and he goes for the wish. But what I'm thinking right here is that I can go for a knockoff and knock off his Chansey's Eviolite and go for a 2-hit KO with Earthquake even after the wish comes true. He's going to go for Seismic Toss, which does a flat 50 damage, and that's fine for me, because had he went for Toxic or Seismic Toss, it pretty much would have been the same amount of turns to kill me, because I did check just to see, to make sure. Just to see what else would have been different had other things gone differently. He actually decides to go for the Toxic this way, and he's probably going to try to Toxic stall me out. But like I said, it's not going to matter, because I'm still going to be able to get the 2-hit KO with Earthquake after his Eviolite got knocked off, which is what oh well, he protects right there, and that's fine. I guess I'll have a little bit of recovery for myself, but it was only the first couple turns of Toxic, so it's not enough to really kill me yet. And I'm just going to kill him off with this Earthquake right here. And I believe he has his Latios left. Okay, and here's where I make another grave mistake on top of the Houndoom mistake I made earlier. And it is actually how I played around this Latios. So what I should have done was let my Landers die right here. So there you go, that's a free -2 for me. That's beneficial for me. And what I should have done was switched into my Latios immediately, chanced the speed tie, and had I won the speed tie, then there you go, that would have been the game for me. But if I didn't, then his Latios would be at -4, and I actually checked the calcs. My Conkeldurr would have been able to survive one Draco Meteor at -4, of course, if it wasn't a crit. So what I could have done was been able to Mach Punch him twice. So that's what I should have done instead of chancing the speed tie right here, which is how I end up winning. And that was a very suspenseful game, because in the end it just came down to a speed tie. So GG Nick, you played that very, very, very well. Definitely was one of my better games that I've had. It was really fun. And yeah, tell me guys what you think. This was my first Wi-Fi battle. Sorry if there was like so much going on. It was a really action-packed game. But yeah, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys. Bye!